What's going on, my co-creators? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Just got this t-shirt done. I like this one. I like that. Question everything. Okay. How's it going? All right. My co-creators. This video here, this message here is, I guess just like anything else, it can be looked at as negative and positive. But I look at everything as positive, because even if it does come off a little negative, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm looking at it. But saying all that to say is that very soon, you're going to be able to see exactly how this world works. You're going to be able to see some major connections to every industry. Now, if you're watching this, most likely you already understand what I'm talking about. But this is for the people that's like, they paying attention a little bit. They connected some dots. Oh, this is related to that. Oh, this is related to this. In the near future, it's going to be obvious how all of these different industries that we think operate separately, how they all operate together. And it's going to be like a wake-up call. And when I say that, I'm saying that you're going to see how the entertainment industry, as far as like Hollywood and all that stuff, the music industry, the media, the news industry, what else? The politics, the politicians, those government industries, the pharmaceutical companies, the heads of these government facilities, the food and the way that we consume our food and what's in it and what we eat, the distribution of food, all these different industries that seem separate. They seem like they're not connected to each other. They seem like they're not really affiliated with each other. Soon, you're going to get a glimpse into the reality that all these different organizations, all these different systems are connected at the base. You're going to start to see it, and it's going to be obvious. It should already be obvious. You know, all of these things that we see going on with the child trafficking, the organ harvesting, all this crazy stuff. You're going to see how all these different crazy things is going to be all connected to all the different industries. You're going to realize that there's no separation in between these different institutions and these different orders in between. Now, when I say this, I'm not talking about all the people that work in these industries, because everybody that work in these industries, they don't even know. They're just doing their job. They're just going along trying to win in their industry. And I get that, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to see some really weird stuff connecting to places where you wouldn't even think, like, why would the people from the military be connected to people in Hollywood? Or why would people in politics be connected to human trafficking? Why are these people intersecting? Why is the music industry funding these people over here doing this? Why are they interested in different type of food that's being made? Why are they interested in ingredients that's being put in foods? You're gonna see all of these industries crossing each other. Why is CNN involved in Sony Records? Why are they connected there? Why is this political party or these people from this political party so involved in this computer tech this tech giant. You're going to start to see all of the Googles and the Facebooks and the Twitters. They're going to be all connected at the root and connecting all types of things going on right under our nose. All types of things. You're going to be very disappointed by the system in which you elect these leaders. The whole voting system is going to be doubted. The whole media and the way the news is reported is going to be doubted. It's all going to be confusing, but you're going to get opportunity to see it. You may already see it right now. You may already see it, but you're going to get a clear shot, so no one will have any excuse as to what's going on. You won't have any excuse not to pay attention to the big picture. And unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of people that's the heads of religious groups. And that's going to really break some people's hearts. And it's not just individuals all the time. It's the system in which is built around. It's the rules that have been instilled. You're going to be like, well, damn, what does this religious group got to do with the tax system in Venezuela? I'm saying you're going to start seeing all these different big organizations that's always trying to tell us how to live and what we need to do and what we should do and what's good and what's not. You're going to see them start to converge. You're going to see that they're all joined at the hip. And I repeat, most people working in these industries, which a lot of us work in these industries, they don't even know what they're contributing to. They don't understand the bigger picture. They're just going by the guidelines. You know, one of the things that used to bother me so much, like when I used to work for somebody and they would give me these new rules, and instead of giving me like an explanation as to why we got to do this, and I'll be like, oh, that doesn't make sense. This makes better sense. And then it'll be like, oh, it comes from corporate. You know, when people say it comes from corporate, that's like telling you to believe in Santa Claus, because corporate is not a certain person. It's just like a system. Words like corporate and system is made to take you off of the scent. It's like, well, you don't have anywhere to go. I can't go to, that's just how the system works. The system just works like that. I can't do anything about it. It's a system. Oh, is it corporate? Well, who is corporate? Lead me to this fool so I can talk to him and say how this don't work. But that's meant to discourage you and just to say, okay, I guess I'll just follow. I don't care. And the same thing with these rules and stuff, with all these recommendations and these mandates and all this crap. You have nobody to go to complain. So people just give up and say, oh, I'll just do it. Oh, I'll just do it. That's set up like that for a reason, folks, to keep you from hunting down the real people that's really putting these rules out here. And so our job is to, first of all, acknowledge that this thing is all twisted up. It's all twisted up. We got to be aware. You can still participate in the system. I would never tell people not to quit their job immediately or stop participating in this political system immediately. I think we need people on the inside, you know what I'm saying, that got this type of awareness and sense. So I'm not saying you need to drop out of the system. I'm not saying that there's not any benefits you can get from these bigger systems, but I need you to be aware. And then the next thing we need to start doing is working on ways to make ourselves more independent of these systems. That's the goal. I'm not saying we should totally abandon them, which eventually that would be great, but we need to lessen their influence on our lives. We need to stop taking orders from these people. They're not here to help us. These politicians, these Hollywood people, these celebrities trying to put all this advice. Who the hell are you? Stop talking. You're a regular person just like me. You just been swooped up into this space where you feel like you can tell me what to do, or you've been told to tell me what to do. You're brainwashed. And the same thing with religious leaders and stuff like that. Like I said, I repeat for the third time, I'm not saying that all these people are bad people and that they even realize what they are promoting. But you're going to have an opportunity to see that everything is joined at the hip. They all connecting at the base. They all joined at the hip. And when you see that, you're going to have a couple of choices. Either you can just pretend like you're not seeing it and, run back in the damn hole like the groundhog. You see your shadow, run back in the hole and try to make yourself feel better by using some religious beliefs or whatever like that and taking responsibility off of you. You can do that, but that's going to come back to get you. It's like you're trying to live in a world that don't exist anymore, and that world is crumbling, and you're going to crumble with it. But you got the right to do that. You know, we all here to experience different things on in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? We're all not here to have these grand awakenings and have these great big lessons learned. That's not for everybody. And that's cool. You know, it's not anything bad or good. But if you're teetering on the edge, you got to make some choices. And the other choice you have is, like I said, you start to wake up, you start to be informative, and you start to spread the information in your own way, whatever that way is. Whatever that way is. You ain't got to do like me, whatever that way is. And start to build your own. Start to build your own independence. Start to gather people, individuals around you that have different resources that you can trade from, barter with, build your own communities based on that. You know what I'm saying? Start to build your own economy. I'm not saying you don't use the money that's already set up to a degree, but start to be more independent from that. That way you can't be controlled. That way you can't be forced to get stuck with the yuck vaccination. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can afford to not have to be stuck with the yuck in order to keep working if you make yourself more and more independent. That's why small businesses are so important right now. They've always been important, but they're super important right now because it keeps you independent. And the less that we're connected to these bigger organizations, these bigger conglomerates, these tech companies and all this stuff, the less that we are dug into them, the more freedom we're going to have. And so that's the main message, folks. But yeah, you're going to have an opportunity. And I'm going to tell you, when it's so obvious, when you can't even deny it anymore, when it's so obvious, some people, they're going to see the truth. And they're going to see that all of their different industries are all fused at the hip. And it's all one big illusion going on. And some people are really going to freak out. They're really going to, it may be permanent or it may be temporary. But you're going to have some people going through some really, really tough moments, because when you reveal this kind of stuff to people, it's world shattering. And you don't want your world shattered. That's hard. That's hard. That hurts. That's why you see people, you know, taking their own lives and stuff because they feel like they have nowhere else to go. They can't escape. The world is being dismantled. So if you have people around you that's like that, they're not in denial, and they see the truth, and then they still just, they can't handle it. You need to be strong and be there for them. You need to be strong and be there for them and show them that there is a way past that feeling. Because me personally, I went through that feeling years ago, and I've been slowly going through it, processing it. But it's to the point right now where you won't even have time to process it. It's going to hit you so fast, like, damn, this is how this world really works? This really is how this evil this world is? All these people doing all this connected, all these people I thought were so great and so wonderful, this is how they really are? This is what it's really all about? It's going to really hurt. It's going to really hurt. And so, yeah, you need to be able to be there for the people that just can't handle the truth. And they're going to try to run it hot, or they might just lose their damn mind. I've seen people lose their damn mind. So anyway, my co-creators, like I said, it sounds like a sad message, but it's really not. It's just, you know, it's just something that I felt that I needed to say, because I see some changes coming really, really fast. I see some obvious things that's going to be revealed really, really quick. And the average person, they're not going to be able to deny it. And I'm like, okay, where's that going to leave them? And, you know, all I care about is personal power and helping us to be more independent, helping us to pull away from this system so we can keep our personal sovereignty and have control over our bodies. You know, these people are trying to take control of our bodies, folks. That is not cool. And it's not just your body. It's the body of your kid, your granddaughter, your grandson. There's so many innocent people out here that's getting taken advantage of right now because they're using fear tactics, distractions, people voting thinking they're winning something. Like, you ain't winning nothing by getting no candidate in there. Like I said before, I don't really do politics because people get real sensitive when you go to talk about politics. They lose their damn mind. It's ridiculous. And so I'm going to say this about politics. You want candidates in there, if you're playing that game, you want candidates in there that are less hands-on as possible. You do not want politicians in these positions of so-called power that we give them. You don't want them having so much access in your life. You want them having minimal access in your life, minimal taxes, minimal everything. The less contact, the better. If you want to use their resources, you go out to use their resources. You don't want candidates in there, whether they are liberal, conservative, independent, libertarian, Democrats, whatever. Because there's all types in all these groups. You want more people that's wanting to be less hands-on with your lifestyle. Give you more choices on your own. You don't want to be forced to do anything. You don't want to put their power. Give them your power. Because the reason is because you may have some people that's going into politics with good intentions. But once you're in that game, your job is to continue to win and to amass more power so you can get more done. And a lot of times when you're doing that, you have to sign off on things that may be good in the short term, that may be good in the long run if they're still around, but in the short term and for the years to come, it's going to affect you and it's going to take away your freedoms. So you do not want to give these people so much power. Politics and government rules and all that stuff should be an option. It shouldn't be the main thing. Remember, they work for us, folks. We shouldn't be pouring all our faith and energy into these people. We need to build ourselves up and become more independent. And they are an option. Your Biden, your Trump, that's an option. That's not where your power is. Focus on building yourself up, making yourself sound, building your family, leading in your family in your own way. We all have our different talents and our different ways we can lead and contribute, and focus on building your community and becoming less dependent on these big companies, these pharmaceutical companies trying to stick you with get stuck with the yuck, trying to stick you with vaccines and stuff. These big food distributing companies, they figuring out different ways to make food last longer, adding so many chemicals and preservatives in the food. It's not even food anymore half the time. Stay away from these what else? The essentials that we need. Shoot, man, I want to go all solar. I don't even want to use the damn power grid anymore, because all I'm saying is that, folks, we need to be as independent as possible. And that's what this is all about. This is why I do all of this. It's because I want us to be self-empowered, and that's my job. That's what I feel like I'm here to do right now. And I could wake up tomorrow and have a whole different mission. I don't know. I'm just following my heart. That's all I'm doing, folks. So anyway, this is good news, though, because you're going to have a lot of people that's going to realize their personal power, and they're going to start waking up. They're going to start seeing a bigger picture, and that is a beautiful thing, folks. But yeah, it's going to be rough for some people, and it's going to be rough for everybody. I mean, because even though I'm mentally prepared, I mean, I'm not all the way there. I mean, I feel like I'm spiritually sound, but I got a lot of work to do. I don't have everything in order like I want it to be in order. I don't have all these resources in place like I want to be in place, but I'm thinking about it and I'm focusing on it and I'm talking about it, so I'm co-creating it. And so that's what we need to do, folks. So, and this is not a political thing, so please don't think politics, man. I'm so tired of these old politics separating us, all this silliness, man. We got to stop getting all caught up in that stuff. We got to stop being so emotional when it comes to these politicians and these different parties and stuff. That's all tactics to keep us weak, folks. The more separate we are, the weaker we are. That's like old school stuff. We should know better by now, but we keep on doing it. Oh, I don't like this one. Oh, I hate that one. Man, stop hating people and grow up. So silly, man. But anyway, yeah, folks, I love you, my co-creators. And this is a little long. Yeah, I went a little long, but it's all good. It's all good. If you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. That's life. So you're gonna see it. It's gonna be revealed. It's gonna be so obvious that all of these industries are connected. All of them. All of these industries, all these Disney, all these different Viacoms, and all these different CNNs, Fox, they're all the same people. Pharmaceutical companies, these armies, these police agencies, these CIAs, these FBI, all this stuff is connected, folks. I'm telling you. And it's gonna be obvious. All this media, all this whole media stuff, and be like, damn, is that fake? I know it's fake, but is that fake? All these voting systems, you're gonna be revealed all to you in a very short period of time. Be ready for it. Don't let it break your heart. You know, Santa Claus is not real. So just be ready for it. I love you, my co-creators, and you have a wonderful day. And I like my shirt. Hope you like it. Hope you like it. Hope you like it. Yeah.